not a good show. I shouldn't be on a show where I have to tell people no. I don't like it. But being a performer, I know rejection and I know what that word means, and I know that's part of it. But they're all going to find their path and their journey because they're all that good. This is the best season of So You Think You Can Dance they've had so far. So I don't worry about any of them, honestly.
Everybody has a different take on, who has what to offer, who should be given a chance to stay, who should, be sent on their way. And it's always so difficult because, you have 4 people up there with 4 different perspectives and we're all looking at, so many variables to the equation. So it's hard to sometimes be unanimous. So, it's always expected, So definitely gut-wrenching every elimination show. So everybody's always going to have to deal with the emotion of seeing somebody leave that they weren't ready to see go.
I have to say I voted for Ashley. It was a very difficult decision because I really felt that Miranda, if we were having just a solo competition, won that round. I totally said that out loud. However, I did feel that Ashley was stronger in the last few weeks in her duets, and now we're starting to look at the whole body of work. And as we get further along and it gets even harder, and we even go back to their very first audition, what they did in Vegas, sometimes we have to go back to somebody's entire journey because it gets so tough as we go along. Because really, when you looked at those 3 girls, how difficult is that? Who would you let go? They're all brilliant dancers, and we're not going to be able to make everybody happy, but obviously something's not connecting with the audience, and so that's why they're ending up in this position.
No, it wasn't unanimous, and it wasn't unanimous because I think we came at it from different angles. I came at it from the dancing that I saw tonight. And I thought Ashley had the weakest dance tonight, so I was prepared to let Ashley go tonight. But then I must say Mary very sensibly, as did Little C, bring up the routines they've done in the past, and I guess my mind was changed.
It's always hard to see people go, but there has to come a time in the competition when they do. Do you know what I mean? And I think the only way you can look at that is to kind of put a positive spin on it and go, particularly if people have been in the bottom a couple of weeks in a row, it's very much time for them to go, because I think sometimes it can be detrimental to them if they keep being in the bottom 3. So it's better for them to take the positive experience and take everything that they've learned, and maybe that's their moment, and they come back, for the finale, and we all see each other again. And I'm doing 4th of July barbecue at my house on Monday. Yes, burgers, hot dogs, dips, guacamole, simple salad, beers, margaritas, soft drinks. At my house, 12 till 6. Everybody can bring one guest, only one.
I'm never ready to see anybody leave though. That's the hard part about it. It's a great job, but it's also a very, very, very tough role to play.
National Dance Day, I think I'm in the air because we're actually doing American Idol at the same time. So I'm trying to hold back and do National Dance Day, maybe in Washington. But then I know I've got to get to Denver. So I might do National Dance Day in Denver. I've been asked to go to Washington. I just know I'll be doing it somewhere, but I don't know which routine that I'll be doing, because Napoleon and Tabitha are doing a routine, Robin Antin's doing a routine, and Mary Murphy is doing a salsa, yes.
You know what? I don't have a favourite designer. My whole philosophy is I like to mix high street and vintage and designer, because then I think it's much more imaginative and it's much more individual, and you can make fashion your own and make it fun. That's what I would always say to anybody, and I think it's really important. Our audience demographic is predominantly young females, and not everybody can afford a $1,000 dress. You just can't. So I go and I trip off to Zara or Aldo or wherever, and I go and buy I go and find cute little bargains that I kind of style up in my own way too. And I'm my own stylist. Because it's just, I'm like any other girl. Some days you are having a super feminine day, and then other days you might turn around and go, I can be Debbie Harrington. I can rock a black leather mini dress, and it depends on how you're feeling on the day and what you have to do. And so I prefer to pick it myself and feel comfortable. You know, I don't think it can directly negatively affect your performance, but I think it definitely gives you a certain confidence, so you feel comfortable in your own skin. And I think when you feel like that, then I think your performance, not just on screen but in life, is so much better too.
I think with dancers on this program, you've got the dancers with great technique, the dancers with personality, and the dancers that have both. And I think with Robert, he's got the personality, and that overshadowed his actual dance ability. And I think tonight, having been in the bottom three so many times now, we've said we're going to let him go.